came to an abrupt end a week ago when they crashed 4-1 away to Real Sociedad, and they've now slipped back from 4th to 19th place in the league table. And to make matters worse, Barcelona today are without two key players. Moritalia is missing from defence and the captain Victor from midfield. And with Julio Alberto still missing from left-back, they at least are lucky enough to have the likes of Salva, Gerardo and Roberto, all Spanish internationals, as ready-made replacements. Barcelona's best player at the moment, number 8 there, who you saw, the top scorer, Schuster. Valladolid are having a good season. They lie 4th in the table, just a handful of points behind the Madrid clubs, and they've gone 5 matches without defeat. Although they do have problems scoring goals, only once this season have they managed to score more than 1 goal in a game. And theirs is generally a young and inexperienced side. Another big crowd, despite last week's defeat at Real Sociedad. We estimate something like 65,000 people here inside the Nou Camp Stadium. And today's referee, Marino Gonzalez, gets the match underway. Barcelona in their famous red and blue shirts. The visitors, Valladolid, are in the stripes. This is their number 2, Torrecilla, former midfield player who likes to get forward at every opportunity. Moya is the number 7. Looking for help from the fullback, and it didn't arrive quickly enough. Now wearing 4 for Barcelona today is Gerardo, but his pass forward easily cut out by the opposite number 4, Moreno. Barcelona's throw then, and number 5 there, Roberto, comes in place of the captain Victor. Incidentally, the goalkeeper Zubizarreta takes over the captaincy in Victor's absence. Here's Migueli, whose experience will be needed with 1 or 2 new faces in the Barcelona side today. Cristobal, the young right back. Number 6 is Salva. Gerardo, who started the season at right back but was kept out by the form of Cristobal, and now finds he's won back his place on the other wing due to the injury to Julio Alberto. Here's Moreno again for Valladolid. Rather a hopeful ball, easily cut out by Migueli. Carrasco gets his first touch, and now Schuster, who's been in splendid form of late. And that was well spotted by Lemos, the left back. Given away badly, and Schuster can try again. Hoisted forward for Lineker. Good little downward header. And now Carrasco. Played in much too flat. And cat calls from the crowd as Pina brings the ball away for Valladolid. Very pacey young player who's enjoying a good spell in the team and caused a problem then, which Migueli dealt with well. Schuster, the playmaker for Barcelona as ever. And again, looking for Lineker, but cut out well by Torrecilla. This is the bearded centre-back, Manolo Hierro. And the captain takes over, Minguella, number 10. Valladolid have a record of having scored 10 and conceded 10. So clearly most of the games involving them this season have been fairly tight affairs as Moya comes forward. Cut out well then, and in the end the shot by Endika was dealt with by Zubizarreta. Barcelona were very slow to react to the danger. Salva, the number 6, got himself in all kinds of trouble, and Endika's shot from point-blank range saved. So an early warning to the home side that Valladolid's current form is certainly no fluke. Here's Gerardo. Carrasco. Over everyone's heads. Urbano finally picks it up on the right and then gives it away to Minguella. I must say, one of the most impatient sets of supporters I think I've ever heard here in the new camp. They really won't stand for anything other than perfection. There must be a lot of pressure on these players when they play at home. As Salva turns the ball back. Zubizarreta thought about coming and then changed his mind. But I suppose to give the spectators their due, when they see good football, they're quick to applaud it. Here's Carrasco. Often the villain of the piece as far as the fans are concerned. A gifted player, but can be very frustrating. And he's frustrating them now. But look at that, in the end, a beautiful ball for Cristobal. Get away by Moreno. And the number 8, Fernando Hierro. They have two players in the Valladolid side with the same surname. That was Fernando Hierro. And the centre-back is Manolo Hierro. Rather a poor effort then by Pina. Zubizarreta with the captain's armband. And the great roar there is because the scoreboard has just shown that Real Madrid, there it is in the background, have gone a 0-0 down against Betis. And of course, no matter what Barcelona are doing, the supporters who have a very, very fierce rivalry with Real Madrid are always delighted when they hear that they're in trouble. Betis in the bottom 6 in the table, so that's a big surprise. Real Madrid having only lost one previous match all season. Real the leaders and the champions, and that's what Barcelona have to be to satisfy their public. Here's Lemos, the left back for Valladolid. Pina again, using his pace, and a good little ball back inside as well. Oh, and it's a splendid save by Zubizarreta. Well, this young number 11 Pina, who played a lovely ball through then, and the shot by Lemos brought a very fine save. Minguela, the captain, with the corner then. Schuster's header. So Manolo Hierro turning it back to Fernando Hierro. And in turn he finds Minguela. Torrecilla. Headed clear by Salva. And Minguela's shot. Oh, and it's a splendid effort. That was closer than I think Zubizarreta thought it was. Very, very long-range shot by the captain, Minguela. And flew just wide of the left-hand post that Zubizarreta was defending. Well, certainly Valladolid have made a promising start to this match. And here they are in possession again with Moreno. Well, he really looked for the foul then, and he didn't get it. Maria laying it off. Carrasco back to him, but poor control, and not the best ball anyway by the number 7 Carrasco. Maria given very little hope of collecting that, the Paraguayan. Minguela now for Valladolid. Good through ball. And it's Torrecilla who comes forward. Looking for Pina on the far side. He's beaten Cristobal well. Lineker working hard to take it from him. Fernando Hierro coming forward. And still, a good ball to Torrecilla. Cross headed back in towards Fernando Hierro. And the shot produces another fright for the Barcelona supporters. And Manolo Hierro steaming forward into the space that the Barcelona defence left. And that shot, well, there was a suspicion that Zubizarreta got a finger to it. And indeed the corner's been given. And Zubizarreta doing well again. Manolo Hierro. And back it comes to him. And still Manolo Hierro, and he pushed his own man out the way, and no wonder, because that's a superb goal by Manolo Hierro. And in the 23rd minute, Valladolid take the lead, and I must say it's a well-deserved lead, and they certainly deserve those celebrations. Manolo Hierro's first shot cannoned off his own player, and as the ball came back to him, he was so determined to get to it here that he pushed his own man Moyer out of the way and said, leave it, that's mine, and that's why. Zubizarreta got a hand to it, but it's a goal. So, regardless of what's happening to Real Madrid and the crowd roaring the news that Betis have taken the lead, the rather more serious news is that their team are one down and in trouble again here with Pina. When he's checked beautifully. Well, he took a little bit too much time in the end. And credit to Salva, the defender, for reading which way he was going to go. Well, an eventful opening to this match, and Valladolid have a one-goal lead. The scorer, Manolo Hierro. Crowd appealing for a free kick. The referee, I thought the referee had given it in the first place, and Maria having a little discussion then with the Valladolid fullback, Torresia. Carrasco hits the ball in, headed away by the captain Minguela. Cristobal coming forward. In towards Lineker by Abano. Punched away by Fenoy, the goalkeeper, and a terrible effort, which likely deserves the disdain of the crowd. Gerardo, of course, a fullback, not really used to finding himself in those positions, and showed it then. And a frustrating half so far for the home side. And a frustrating half is how it's going to end. There's the half-time whistle, and Barcelona a 0-0 behind. Manolo Hierro's 23rd minute goal, giving Valladolid. Welcome back to the Nou Camp Stadium for the start of the second half of Barcelona against Valladolid. Barcelona 9th in the table at the start of play, Valladolid lying 4th. And certainly you can see why, because theirs was a very positive contribution to the first half as Barcelona kick off the second, attacking from left to right. An early mistake by Cristobal, which Schuster cleans up. Incidentally, the news from Betis is that Real Madrid, the leaders, are 2 goals down at half-time. So that at least gave the big crowd here in Barcelona something to cheer about and talk about during the half-time interval. Certainly Fenoy in the visitors' goal didn't have a great deal to do in the first half. Cristobal. Schuster. Ebano. That was a good strong run, which in the end brought the corner kick. Salva challenged by Minguela. And Schuster, who gets involved in all corners and free kicks and penalties and throw-ins and just about everything else, comes across to take it. Salva's header. Maria flicks it on, and here's Lineker, and it's a good turn, and it's a penalty. It has to be a penalty. Lineker's shot on the way into the back of the net when the defender, Torresia, dived to keep it out. Salva's first header, Maria with a back header, Lineker turning, and what option did the defender have, because the goalkeeper was beaten. Fenoy looking annoyed with the man who gave away the penalty, but I really don't know how he can be, because that ball was on its way into the back of the net, and Torresia had no option but to use his hand to keep it out. And now Schuster has the opportunity to get Barcelona back into this game, only 2 minutes into the second half. Fenoy waits and hopes. And as ever, Schuster absolutely efficient from the spot. His 5th goal of the season brings Barcelona level again. Fennoy easily beaten. Barcelona 1, Valladolid 1. And how unfortunate for the away team that they should start the second half in that fashion, because they had really been the better side in the first 45 minutes. And now we'll see what they're made of defensively, because Barcelona are bound to come at them here. The crowd lifted by that goal. And Valladolid have to keep calm, and already they're in trouble with Carrasco, and a fine ball for Amarilla. Lineker in the centre, cleared by Manolo Hierro. An appeal for handball, and I think it was given. Gerardo, as he came forward, illegally controlling the ball. Carrasco just going down injured there, bottom right-hand corner of the screen. The number 7 limping away. And these will be testing moments for Valladolid. Here's Manolo Hierro, a man whose goal separated the teams in the first half, but they're level again now. Good play by Gerardo there, but the ball given away again, and Schuster can't win it back. Moya doing very well. Oh, lovely skill, but again he gives it away. And Barcelona have a throw. Here's Migueli. Bit sloppy, but he got away with it. Cristobal. Urbano takes over. Migueli turning 180 degrees, and the crowd loved that. But in the end, they didn't like it because he gave the ball away. Well, that was a foul, although the referee may wave play on. Well, he did, because Carrasco had the ball, and then he lost it. So referees can't win in a situation like that. Moreno forward to the number 8, Fernando Hierro. He spreads play to Moya. Good play by Lemos, and a good little ball too to Pina, but well read by the defender, and the crowd rightly applauding that fine piece of play by Salva. And Schuster brings Barcelona onto the attack again. It's a splendid ball to Carrasco. Couldn't control it first time, just kept it in though. Good play too to Urbano. Well, the cross was the type that defences dread, but Lineker just couldn't get a touch. Barcelona looking a lot perkier now. That goal has done wonders for their confidence, and here's Schuster again. And it's a good ball too to Gerardo on the left. Lineker's in the centre. Magnificent header. And onto the roof of the net. Well, whenever the ball's in the penalty area, there are a few more alert strikers than Gary Lineker. From that difficult position, it was a fine header. So the goalkeeper wants his players to desert their own half and try and pressurise Barcelona again. Barcelona 1, Valladolid 1. And an evenly balanced and entertaining match this. Cristobal for Barcelona. Certainly enjoying the better of the opening stages of this second half. Rather a clumsy ball though. And the big number 5, Gonzalo, gets away with it, and that was a late challenge right in front of the linesman, but only a throw-in results as Urbano crosses, and Lineker's there again, and it came off the back of the defender's head, I believe, for a corner. And once again, Gary Lineker so sharp. Schuster once more with the kick. Beaten everyone. Gerardo on the edge of the penalty area. Back in it comes, and Lineker's there! And Lineker has given Barcelona the lead. What a turnaround. Only 6 minutes gone in the second half, and Gary Lineker has put Barcelona 2-1 in front when they started this second half, 1 behind. Schuster's corner. Girardo on the edge of the box, drove it in, and Lineker again, the quickest to react. Well, Gary Lineker, 3 times in the first few minutes of this second half, has shown why he really is one of the most valued goal scorers in European football. And Fenoy beaten again. Well, what a different atmosphere now. Barcelona 2-1 in front, and full credit to them for turning things round so swiftly. Fenoy a bit shell-shocked by the events of this second half. Free kick had been given to Valladolid in the massive backdrop of this beautiful stadium, and the big crowd seeing a very entertaining match now with Barcelona back in front. It's hard to say how this one's going to finish, because Valladolid certainly had been the better team for the first 45. Schuster a good ball. It's all Barcelona at the moment. Good tackle that was. Oh, and the referee has angered the crowd by giving the throw in to Valladolid, and the linesman nods his agreement. Moreno takes the throw. It looked like a little push, but not given, and Moya does well. Now the referee has whistled. Referee Gonzalez. Lemos down the line, but offside. Scoreboard in the background confirming the latest position in a match that's certainly seesawed dramatically. Here's Schuster for Barcelona. Moreno. He really showed the ball to the attacking player, and that was dangerous. And the crowd delighted that Lemos was unable to control that through ball. Schuster, a good ball to Lineker. And he's having a fine impact on this second half, Lineker, as Girardo crosses again. Moreno heads it away, and it's another corner kick. Schuster busy, and the crowd stand and applaud the man whose corner kicks have really brought Barcelona back to life. Can he do it again? Oh, the shot from Girardo, and it came, and Maria hammers it against the defender's hand, I think, rather than any suggestion of handball, and Carrasco doing well. And they look a different team in this half. Urbano. Carrasco takes over. Cristobal. I think he'd be happy for a corner the way Schuster's been taking these kicks. But he doesn't even get that. Fernando Hierro for Valladolid, finding his captain Minguela. It's a good long ball. Pina chasing, but 2 defenders were too many for him. Salva, Schuster, Lineker, and Urbano. Some good football here. Cristobal looking for Lineker, and Amaria behind him. Oh, a total missed kick though by the number 9. Rather a sorry effort that was, and he knows it. Gonzalo with a long ball forward, looking to use the pace of Pina again, and Zubizarreta doing the sweeper's job, coming out to head the ball away. Crowd delighted. Lineker brought down. Schuster's allowed play to go on, and that was a shame really, because I'm sure the referee was going to give a free kick then for the tackle on Lineker. Schuster played the ball forward to Carrasco and nothing came of it. And Lineker's still down injured, and sportingly Minguella kicks the ball into touch so that Lineker could get treatment. And I must say, there's no more honest player than Gary Lineker. When he's crocked, he normally is straight back on his feet, and if he stays down, he's hurt. Substitute Pedraza warming up just in case he's needed. The play continues with Lineker back on his feet and Minguella in possession. Gonzalo infield. Now then, Amarilla, has he got the pace? He's reached it. Oh, what a disappointing cross though. Here's Lemos. And the number 3 makes steady progress along the touchline. Another throw-in. Minguella. Lemos again. It's a fine-looking ball too to Pina, and he's beaten the offside trap here. Now, can he keep calm? He can. What a magnificent finish by Pina. And Valladolid are level. Well, Barcelona are appealing for offside, but when Pina made his run, he was in an onside position. Look how well he controlled it on the thigh, and how calm he was as Zubizarreta came out to slot the ball home. Well, that's a fine goal. It comes on the hour and brings the scoreline to Barcelona 2, Valladolid 2. A game full of goals and incident, and really difficult to say how this one's going to finish. Barcelona are a different team when they have confidence. When they're in front, they play some superb football, but at the back they are very fragile at times, and once that confidence is gone, they look different players, and they're under pressure again here. Moya playing it to his right, to Fernando Hierro. And a good-looking cross, and superb save by Zubizarreta. Real danger then. Oh, and he did well there, Lemos, the fullback. He's found Pina again. Pina going all the way. It's a superb run, and it's gone in. And Pina's got a second. Amazing. Just 2 minutes after his first goal, Pina, with the help of the post and Zubizarreta, gets a second. And full credit, he was really positive here, beat 2 defenders superbly. Now watch what happens. The shot hits the post, comes back, hits Zubizarreta and goes in. 2 goals in 2 minutes for Pina, who was just 22 this very weekend. On Friday, in fact, he celebrated his 22nd birthday, a local boy, the product of the Valladolid youth team, who was their top scorer last season with 7 goals. And now 2 in this match. And what a turnaround. So, Valladolid are back in front. And there's their coach, Vicente Cantatore, Chilean. And it's going to be a substitution made by Barcelona. Pedraza, the number 14, has come on for Amarilla, whose disappointing shot moments ago just about summed up his game. And Cristobal limps off injured, so it could have been a dangerous substitution to make at that moment. Well, what a game. Valladolid went in front. Barcelona levelled, then Barcelona went in front. Valladolid came back to 2-2, and now they hold a 3-2 lead. And here's Pedraza, substitute, a midfield player. Cristobal ready to come back on. He's okay. Here's Limos, whose 2 fine runs helped Pina to score those goals. Schuster for Barcelona. A rare bad ball by him. And the firecrackers sounding in the background. And they're not in celebration at the moment. Barcelona, who had a season of dramatic ups and downs, now find themselves losing at home again. Good layoff then by Lineker. Pedraza, the substitute, playing it forward. Carrasco. Beaten the defender superbly. Could have been a dangerous cross and still could. And Schuster! Knocked away. Pedraza couldn't get onto it. Schuster still there. Lebano and Schuster again. And in the end, Moreno got a foot in the way. And Schuster really dismayed that nothing is going right in this period of the game. Anyway, even though he started the second half, he's indeed the whole Barcelona team in very sprightly fashion. Now, can Schuster turn the game once again Barcelona's way? Lineker beaten by the number 6, Manolo Hierro. Lineker again in possession, but ran into trouble. Lemos forward. Here's Moya. Manolo Hierro. Happy to really slow things down now, Valladolid. Well, there's a fair bit of this game to go. But they'll try and frustrate Barcelona and their supporters. Fine piece of play by Moreno there. Moya. Beaten by the substitute Pedraza. Schuster. Looked for Carrasco, couldn't find him, and Moreno concedes the throw. Had more time than he realised, perhaps. Now, can Barcelona get back once again on level terms? Schuster finding Carrasco, brought down, no. Play on, says the referee. Indica brings the ball clear. Nguela a little bit slow, but he's got away with it. And Nguela again. Good play. And then Pina is clear on the left here and badly wanting the ball. But Manolo Hierro goes right instead, and that probably wasn't the right decision. Nguela had a good game, the skipper. So is this man, Lemos. But that wasn't the best ball he's played. Now then, Schuster, can he counter-attack quickly for Barcelona? Lineker comes very deep. Cristobal. Lineker continues his run, and he's the target, but not a good cross. Easily headed clear by Gonzalo this time. Pedraza. Cristobal. They need more accuracy with their crossing, really, Barcelona. Nguela hooks it away, and such is the pressure now that Zubizarreta can come all the way out of his goal, because Valladolid have pulled a lot of players back behind the ball. They're happy to hold on to this 3-2 lead. Cristobal. It's Barcelona's throw. Cristobal again did well, but the ball ran too far ahead of him. Gonzalo knocking it clear. Good challenge though by Pedraza to win it back, and Cristobal got a crack on the ankle then, but he's okay again. Schuster's header. Turned back in by Pedraza. Came to Lineker, and the shot took a deflection which took the sting out of it. Lineker still limping slightly from an earlier tackle in this half. Free kick given to Barcelona. Oops. And Salva takes the law into his own hands. Now he has the ball legally. Migueli. Cristobal. Oh, it's a bad mistake. Nguela cuts it out. Moya. Fernando Hierro. And again. Lemos, the left back. Nguela and Lemos keeping possession very cleverly here, but Lemos ruins that. Urbano brought down. But if you're going to concede free kicks, the halfway line's the place to do it. Now Schuster. Well, he really was asking an awful lot of Gary Lineker, and did that ball cross the line? Well, the linesman says yes. It didn't look like it from here. And every little second delayed is a second gained as far as Valladolid are concerned. Nguela hooks it away. And back it comes. Oh, a bad ball by Urbano. Oh, and it was as well Gerardo made the tackle, but there's now a space where he should have been. And Salva a little anxious. And Gerardo beaten. And they do look a bit of a mess at the back at the moment, Barcelona. And the ball hooked to Pina again. Now then, well, I was about to say, can he get a strike on target, maybe complete his hat-trick, but not this time. Valladolid have a couple of substitutes warming up. And now might not be a bad time to introduce them, really, just to take the sting out of Barcelona's attacking foray in this period of the game. That was a foul throw, so Barcelona can try. And here's Gerardo. Lineker. The left back takes over again. And from left to right fullback. Cristobal. Schuster. Nice skill by Schuster. Nguela's gone all the way with him. Ooh. It's a brave linesman who gives the throw the other way, or rather the decision the other way, when Bernd Schuster's just a couple of yards away and the crowd are getting angry. And Jesus Lopez, the midfield player, the number 12 for Valladolid, is about to come on, and the man going off is Lemos, the number 3, who had several fine runs at the beginning of this half to help Valladolid into their leading position. It was 2 runs by the left back that brought the goals for Pina. And Lemos simply exhausted, I think, rather than injured. So it's still Barcelona 2, Valladolid 3. Can Barcelona come back into this match, or indeed can Valladolid clinch it with Pina? And he has! It's a hat-trick. The victory roll for Pina, who gets 3 goals in the space of 18 minutes. And what a memorable day for this young man. What a weekend. As I was saying earlier, it's actually his birthday this weekend. And how calm he was again. A superb finish. And a little celebration roll as Zubizarreta is beaten 4 times in a match for the 2nd time in a week. So, Valladolid on their way to a famous victory. And a young man who scored 3 goals, Pina, will not forget this weekend. Barcelona, regardless of their lowly league position, are of course one of the very greatest clubs in Spain, and to score a hat-trick in the Nou Camp must be the dream of any visiting player, and Pina's done it, and 3 very good goals they were too. Virtual silence now greeting Barcelona's late efforts to get back into this game. The fans know it's another defeat. Valladolid know that their position in the top 4 will be consolidated by this performance, and they're going in search of another goal. Moya. And the crowd even applauding a fine piece of play by a visiting player, although he took it behind in the end. Schuster. Terrific long ball into the space for Carrasco, but Moreno was a bit quicker, although Carrasco's determined. Doesn't get the corner he thought he was going to. So Valladolid, who have never won a trophy, in fact, in their history. They were promoted from the 2nd division back in 1980 and usually finished mid-table. The best they've managed in recent years was 9th. And this will be a victory that they'll celebrate for a long, long time. And there's another fine run. Pina's there again and had the confidence to try the lob. But his legs are tired now. He's done so much running. All round a superb performance, let alone the goals. And Barcelona know they must think again. Lineker. Nobody there. Luis Aragonés, the new coach, the man who took over from Terry Venables in charge of Barcelona, and his hopes raised by that fine unbeaten run of 7 matches, but this is a 2nd crashing defeat in a week. And talking of crashing, Pedraza then will be shown the yellow card for that challenge, and quite rightly. Nguela, the captain, lying injured. But a club like Barcelona will not easily accept 2 4-goal hammerings in just 7 days. I think Nguela is going to need some treatment here before he can continue. And the fans beginning to leave, and their hopes had been lifted by that Barcelona revival. And indeed, at one stage, Barcelona climbed from 19th in the table right up to 4th. But now they're going to slip a couple more places, and the supporters must be wondering again just what the rest of the season holds in store. And they're a long way off challenging for the championship positions, that's for sure. Indeed, Valladolid are very much just on the fringe of that situation. Nguela back on his feet. Zubizarreta reflecting on another 4 goals in his net. And the seconds ticking away. The match all but over now. Pedraza finds Schuster. And they just can't get the flow going that brought them their goals early on in their 2nd half and promised to produce a home win. That's how it looked at one stage. But I have to say, over the whole game, Valladolid are good value for a win that is surely theirs now. Good ball by Roberto to Schuster. Takes a little kick on the ankle, but still finds Cristobal. And again, a poor cross by the right back. Migueli comes forward to Carrasco. And Moreno thumps the ball into a virtually deserted half. Zubizarreta again comes yards out of his goal. Well, I thought for a moment that was the final whistle, but Schuster obviously said something to the referee. The ball was a long way away, up the other end of the field, in fact, and the referee reacting very angrily and showing the yellow card to Bernd Schuster. A notorious temperament he has. When things not going his way, he gets very frustrated, and I assume it was something he said rather than something he did, because all eyes were on the other end of the field, which is where the ball was. Schuster cautioned, just to add to his day of woe. The referee has in fact given a free kick to Valladolid, so perhaps there was a little incident off the ball. Pedraza keeps running. Cristobal, he's had a disappointing game. And Ruben Bilbao, the second Valladolid substitute, finding Fernando Hierro. And the final whistle would be a merciful release now for Barcelona. Moya, caught down by Cristobal. And really screaming in pain, his left knee taking a real crack, and he'll complain to the referee, Senor Gonzalez, about that, but as ever looks none too worse for wear, and Valladolid quite happy to punt the ball all the way back to their goalkeeper Fenway. Jesus Lopez. Ruben Bilbao forward. Oof, that was a naughty tackle. Pina, the hat-trick man, caught by Cristobal, and another yellow card. And a lot of frustration creeping in the later stages of this game. Barcelona showing their own anger at the situation. And the hat-trick man, Pina, will have a bit of bruising to show for his mighty feats by tomorrow morning, I would think. And he limps away very gingerly. In fact, he doesn't even achieve that. He's still down injured. Oh, and Ruben Bilbao caught, and that is indeed the final whistle. And shrill whistles and boos greet another disappointing performance by Barcelona. They've been beaten 4-2 by Valladolid, and the man of the day, Pina, with a superb hat-trick. And Valladolid certainly deserving their win. And for Barcelona and their supporters, the early season anxiety